Hi, I'm Adi from Onion Dev in India, where we are building the bottom-up media platform called Mobile Vaani for the next 5 billion of offline users. For these users, mass media and the internet in its current form does not present a relevant value proposition as yet, and I will tell you how we are filling in this important gap, which will make the users more aware, empower them, and help them avail opportunities that can transform their lives. Onion Dev has been formed through a merger between two extremely strong social enterprise teams. Gramvani, which is an award-winning and pioneering startup in the technology for development space, having worked with over 100 organizations in 6 different countries. And the spin-off business unit for life-impacting services from the global telecom company On Mobile, which has infrastructure and execution capabilities in 50 plus countries. So I'll now begin with telling you more about the Mobile Money platform, which was created in 2013 by Gramvani and is now even stronger and bigger with the merger. These are the target users for Mobile Money. Farkeshwar is an illiterate smallhold farmer and he has no way to get information about government subsidies for irrigation and other agricultural activities which are announced from time to time. Halima and Fatima are young school-going girls who want to break away from the traditional patriarchal mindset but have no way to draw inspiration by learning about stories of other girls like them who have grown up to be strong and independent. VK is a college student and has no way to learn about local happenings in his district, has access to no mentors who can guide him in his career, and is really keen to share his dreams and poems with others, but the mass media is certainly not interested. TV and radio penetration in these areas is under 30%. The internet is slow and expensive, the population is heterogeneous, and therefore one size fits all content is not appealing to them. Plus, there are lots of cultural nuances that impede access to information for the people. Given the deep penetration of mobile phones, many initiatives have tried using them to reach these unreached users, but there are hardly any success stories which have seen scale and adoption. The reasons are straightforward, that the populations are offline and nobody has built scalable distribution models to make this work. Plus, it is just very hard to build relevant information services for first-time users who themselves are unable to conceptualize these services. We have got it working with Mobile Vaani. Over the last 3 years since when we started Mobile Vaani, it has reached 1.5 million users who spend on average 9 minutes per session browsing and creating voice content. Our user retention is very high. We have more than 30 organizations who are already paying us to use Mobile Money for outreach, and there has been lots of impact, which I will describe a little later. The key to doing this has been simplicity, to use the lowest common denominator available today. Without data services, people can still do voice calls, and even poorly literate people can do these voice calls. So, we built a system that works on IVR, which stands for Interactive Voice Response. Users call our toll-free number, and on that automated call, they can record their own message or listen to messages left by others. Think of it like a voice-based Twitter, where the bulk of content is generated by users, and a cross with audio newspapers carrying hyperlocal content. These messages include agricultural question answering, health tips, folk songs and poetry, job alerts, announcements about government schemes, grievances against public authorities, and much more. We are also building an app for a digital migration as the users come online, and I will talk about it in a bit. But the technology is not the only innovation. We have built a scalable and low-cost offline distribution model to publicize Mobile Money so that people come to know what is that toll-free number which they can call to get to know about so many interesting things. We recruit volunteers from different locations, and preserving a diversity among our volunteers ensures that they in turn reach out to the diverse communities that they come from. We closely monitor the user acquisition rates and cost per user, which is as low as 25 cents on average. To improve volunteer retention, we organize them into clubs of 10 members each, which gives a collective responsibility to the club to contribute local news and bring new users to the platform. The volunteers are also financially incentivized for their services, pro rata to the volume of users they help bring to Mobile Money. This network of volunteers and the institutional volunteer club structures that we create gives a face to Mobile Money so that our users come to appreciate what we stand for and are able to get trained rapidly to be able to use and participate on the forum. Equally innovative is our content process. We strongly believe that outsiders cannot create and editorially control content for diverse communities. The communities know their context and should be able to create their own content. This is precisely what we do. We have built a team of content moderators who solicit content from the users themselves. They vet the content and then publish it back on the IVR. In this way, our users are able to contextualize messages for each other, which makes the information more understandable and actionable. Plus, being able to make themselves heard by thousands of other people has a significant empowering effect and helps people take ownership of the platform as something meant for them and their community. Some very innovative programs have been developed by us to encourage users to participate. We ask them to recount old nostalgic memories, such as your experience the first time you watched a movie in a cinema hall, or your thoughts on social issues, such as why does early marriage continue to happen in your village, and how it affects the health of girls or the career choices of boys, or even talent recognition through something similar to the American Idol and Indian Idol, inviting people to contribute songs and poetry and vote for the winner. We have had campaigns on health topics such as family planning, reproductive health, and menstrual hygiene, on accountability and government schemes by informing people of their rights, on extremely nuanced social issues such as coal mining in these regions or rural urban migration, and many entertainment and cultural themes which serve to strengthen community ties. The impact has been huge. Campaigns on gender equality have empowered women to step out and lodge police cases against family abuse. Campaigns on the participation of women in politics have brought out deeply layered complexities of whether or not such policies are indeed helping advance women further. And campaigns on collecting feedback about the quality of care that people get in rural clinics had its data published in the regional newspapers and led to an improvement in over a dozen health facilities in their functioning. Over 500,000 households indirectly benefited from the improved health services. Mobile Vaani has also helped community health workers gain the respect of their communities and to listen with more attention to what they have to say. And nobody can deny the importance of media in a democracy in imposing checks and balances on different stakeholders. Mobile Vaani very similarly has helped bring corrupt officials to shame by getting them fined, fixing midday meal schemes delivered in schools, helping communities organize anti-alcoholism drives, and even highlight emergency situations like malaria deaths in villages. Mobile Vaani is sustainable, and the model is very much like that of any media. When people call and spend time on the system, we can embed advertisements or sponsored content, along with calls to action for users to express an interest or take a survey. Everything is measurable in terms of impressions and clicks and acquisitions, and Mobile Vaani therefore brings the equivalent of digital marketing to the offline world. We are really the only platform of data. We are not just working with brands that want to reach offline markets and NGOs that want to influence behavior change and awareness among marginalized groups. But this is where our app comes in. We also see a market in actually helping bring our offline users online. We are the only company present one level ahead in the value chain by being able to reach users who are not online as yet but will come online in the next couple of years. Social media companies like Twitter are therefore talking to us on user acquisition, and e-commerce companies like Quicker are already advertising with us. So far, over the years, we have raised more than $1 million in various forms of financing to scale platforms for community media. These funds have largely come from investors and donors working in the media for development space. With the merger and broader vision, we now are very well placed to take more financing to really scale up Mobile Money, and we project needing $2.5 to $3.5 million to take this forward. I will stop now and also encourage you to read through the next couple of slides which talk about our team, which is indeed a very diverse combination of technology, business, development media, and development communications expertise that has come together. Thanks a lot, and I will now take questions.